Hello scholars, welcome to the fourth lesson in our polynomial flip book. Today we're going to be learning about multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. And I've already added these steps for you here. Real quick before we talk about these, I want you to know that you already know how to do this for the most part. Like, this is just mostly a review of chapter 7 where we talked about multiplying like bases. And adding those exponents when we do. And we're just going to do that a whole bunch of times, okay? So really what we're doing is we're distributing an idea that says this, 3x squared times all of this. So I have to apply this to every single term that I see here. So here's our steps for getting this right every single time. Number one, you're going to multiply the coefficients. So I'm going to do 3 times 6, 3 times negative 3, 3 times 2, blah, 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 blah. And I usually do it a term at a time. So I do 3 times 6, and then I do my x squared times my x to the third. But that's up to you. Second, you're going to add the exponents. You know that x squared times x to the third is x to the fifth. I need to do 2 plus 3 to get that 5. And really what we're saying again is there's 2 x's here, 3 more x's here. How many do I have altogether? I've got 5 of them. Finally, you're going to check to combine like terms as needed. Not very many of these. Are you going to even need to do step 3? Mostly, we're just doing steps 1 and 2. And really, we're just distributing this idea. This is really like the same as if I had like 6 times x minus 3. You're going to say that this 6 needs to be multiplied times this and times this. In the same way, we're going to say that I need to do this times this, this times this, this times this, and this leading idea times this idea. We need to multiply it times every term. And that is why we stopped at the beginning, to make sure we could tell terms apart, okay? We know that each term is separated by an addition or subtraction sign. So let's do it. 3 times 6 is 18. And x squared times x to the third is x to the fifth. Just add those exponents together. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. 3 times 2 is 6. X squared times x is x to the third. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. X squared times nothing, or 1, is x squared. And that's it. That's all we're doing this lesson, okay? So go ahead and try. Pause if you need to. And then I'll do these two with you. Okay, so hopefully you've tried these two. I've got negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. X times x squared is x to the third. Negative 2 times positive 5 is negative 10. X times x is x squared. Finally, negative 2 times negative 12 is positive 24. And we've got an x. And that's it. 5 times 2 is 10. A squared times a squared is a to the fourth. B times b to the third is b to the fourth. Remember that there's like this 1 here. If you need to, 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 5 times 1 is 5. A squared times a is a to the third. B times b squared is b to the third. Finally, 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. A squared. B times b is b squared. Now, a to the fourth times b to the fourth is different than a to the third times b to the third. These are not like terms. Same thing here. So we can't do anything more. No like terms, we no need to do that step. But sometimes, and especially when this happens, when you're doing it like twice, we're likely going to have to do some combining like terms on this one. So let's do this one. I see this idea right here. And then I pick up with a new idea over here. So basically, we're doing distributive property twice. Okay, you can think about it as two problems to start us off here. I've got a, or 4x times 7x squareds. Well, that's 28x to the third. Plus 12x squared, x times x. Plus, what's happening over here? 9 times 2 is 18. X squared times x is x to the third. 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. And we've got an x squared still. Now we're looking for like terms. And I see some here and here. These are both x to the third. And I see some here and here. These are both x squareds. So let's combine like terms. 28 plus 18 is 46. 46 x to the thirds, or x cubed. Okay? I've got 28 of these plus 18 of these. I have 46 of these total. And then I've got 12 minus 36. Well, that's negative 24. And these are still x squareds. And that is just simply combining like terms there as the last step. Finally, let's do this one. This times this times this times this. Lots of craziness going on here. Negative 8 times 4 is negative 32. C to the third. You might want to pause and try this on your own to see if you get the same thing. Negative 8 times negative 5 is 40. C times c is c squared. Negative 8 times 6 is negative 48. And there is a c right here. A negative times a negative is a positive 9 c squareds. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3c. A negative times a negative is a positive 27. Okay, now we got to combine like terms. Okay, so there's only one c cubed, but I see two c squareds right there. And I see two things that have just a plain old c in them. And then this is all by itself. Okay, let's write this in standard form. My c to the thirds go first. I've got 40 plus 9 is 49 c squareds. I've gotten, this was a negative. Negative 48 minus 3 more is negative 51 c's plus a 27 to finish us off there. Okay, and then we've got our practice sheet here. I am going to do these first 4, and then I'm just going to show you the rest, okay, as you work through them. Okay, so we're doing this times this, this times this, this times this, this times this. We're distributing this to every single term we see. Okay, let's do it. So negative 4 times 7 is negative 28x to the 6th. Of course, remember we're adding here. You can pause and make sure that you know that you can check to see that you're understanding what you're doing, and then seeing if you did the same thing as well. Okay, that's what I get on this first one. Negative 4x to the third times each of these terms. And I get this. This one looks pretty easy. We're just doing 2x times each of these terms. So 2x times x squared, well, that's 2 times 1 is 2. x times x squared is x to the third. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. X times x is x squared. 2x times 1 is 2x. Okay. Negative times 6 is negative 6. Y squared times y to the fourth is y to the sixth. Negative times a negative is a positive 16. Y squared times y squared is y to the fourth. Negative times a positive is a negative 8. Y to the 1, 2, and 3 of them. Finally, a negative times a negative is a positive 2 y squareds. Okay. 5 times negative 10 is negative 50. B to the third times b squared is b to the fifth. 5 times 4 is 20. B to the third times b is b to the fourth. 5 times negative 12 is negative 60. B to the third power. Okay. None of these had like terms, so we didn't need to combine any, but a few of them coming up are going to. I want you to go ahead and pause the video right now. Try the rest of them on your own. And then I'm going to show you my answers for them, and you can see if you agree. Remember, there's always a chance that I did something wrong, so make sure to ask if you see something you disagree with. Okay. You've tried them. Here is what I got. I hope this is making sense. Please stop me and ask me questions if there is something that's not quite making sense to you, or you're not sure why you made where or how you made a mistake, or you think I did something wrong. Please let me know, or else you should know what to work on next. Thank you.